dare defy me?
Absolutely. Go get him, Frank. Whoa, whoa, whoa! You want me to go up against him? He's gonna kill me!
What's going on, guys? It's your boy BW Cool here, and today I bring you some Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite gameplay. Today I bring the ranked series back to life with Infinite as I try to reach the top ranked spot in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Online. Today I want to talk about the stones. Since there's so much to talk about the game and it just dropped with teams and the cheap stuff and how to play the game, I want to talk about the stones, especially because SCR was this past weekend, and if you guys haven't seen it, F-Champ took the tournament, second place was SAC-TAP. The rest of top 8 and everything that led up to it, you can see the variety of teams and stones that were used, and the concept behind everything that's going on when you build your team and what you decide to pick with the stones. So today I just wanted to break them down one by one individually, some of the weaknesses, the strengths, what team is best used for it, or what kind of character would benefit from it, and the concept. It's still very early, so this is just my own opinion on how I feel, and I'm gonna rank them from least to greatest as far as which one is the weakest to the strongest. This is my personal opinion though, so I mean, you take it with a grain of salt however you see fit. But the first stone I definitely want to talk about would be space. Space, to me personally, F-Champ was using it. I think personally it's the weakest, but as you can see, there's so much to it that the surge alone, I don't really see it benefiting too many characters. The surge, all it does is it reels you in and it gives you a few hits of armor, or one hit if I'm not mistaken. It's good in the concept as if you played, like, for example, a grappler character, but as far as like me personally, the weaknesses, it's just it doesn't really do its job as far as getting somebody in, because when you get them in, you're vulnerable to get that hit, or you get hit. It does give you that armor, which is okay, but me personally, I wouldn't use it. I don't really see that much use for myself personally, or the teams that I use. Only person that I can see benefit, like I said, is either grapplers or people that really need to be in your face. For example, characters that are weaker, like that have trouble getting in. For example, I would say maybe Arthur, maybe like Chris, just people who have trouble just trying to close that gap to get started. That's just me personally. The strengths though behind it, where it shines the most, would be the storm. The storm by far to me is the best thing about the space stone. Putting somebody in the box is mad OD. They can't get out, they're stuck there, they can't tag out, and you're limited to that space. You can't go anywhere. You can't even reach super jump height. You can only reach just maybe maximum just regular jump height, and that itself alone is good, but again, it just depends on the character you play. As you see, F-Champ, he used it. He would use Dorm, and he would activate Bed of Thorns, which is the super on the ground, or the the 3 spells. You're kind of trapped, and then he tags in Ultron, or he stays as Dorm, and he goes for high-low mix-ups, tries to open you up, and you're stuck within there. You can't really get out. So it's pretty crazy. That's why I honestly ranked space the lowest in my opinion. It has some weaknesses, it has some strengths. It just all benefits from the characters you're using, honestly, in the team. Like I said, grapplers and people who have trouble getting in. The next stone, in my opinion, it could be a little bit higher, but it's special, and it's the time stone. Time stone, as far as weaknesses go, I would say it doesn't really do much. It can, the best way I would describe it would be like, even if you use it to get in, you use the surge, you can dash towards the opponent. That's what it does. It just gets you to the opposite end of the opponent, right? Or closer to the opponent. You don't choose really where you get to go. You could get in, but it does have a little bit of recovery, so you can get punished. I don't really see it benefiting that much, as far as trying to, you know, like, oh, you have like the Akuma teleport dash thing, you know, it doesn't really work like that. So I don't really see that being used like that. But its strengths, as the surge goes, it's good to get out and get away. If somebody tries to pressure you, you just activate the surge and you teleport to the opposite side of the stage. And the only people that I could see benefiting that, honestly, would be characters that can lane, like Arthur, or maybe Gamora or Chris, you know, characters that can just, you know, just annoy you. Maybe even Dorm. I haven't seen a Dorm player use Time Stone yet, but that's just how I feel. The strength to that is honestly just to get away. It can help you close the gap depending on the situation, but you can get punished out of it. That's why I ranked it number 5. Now onto the Storm. Again, it's the same concept. You still have the surge. You get more air dashes, I believe, or more surges to air dash. And with Storm, you have less recovery, which is pretty cool because it gives you unique combos. You can do things that you weren't able to do before, like do a bunch of Hadoukens, like 5-10 Hadoukens, or you can do my favorite combo. You just get a hit and you do H. It's hilarious. It's probably one of my favorite things to do with the Storm. If I ever played Storm or Time Stone and I activated Storm, that's what I would be doing. The only problem is it's just kind of like a gimmick. Just like all the stones are, they're all gimmicks. But you know, with this one, I feel like the character or the opponent can just run away from you. They can just super jump, air dash, try to get out while they try to get a hit, and you know they're just gonna try to land the hit so they can do, you know, a simple, you know, extensive combo that'll do damage. So again, that's why I feel like it's also one of the weakest ones, and not too many strengths other than helping you get away. When you activate Storm though, maybe a strength would be more so that you can, you know, spam more, throw more projectiles out there, throw other things that you couldn't normally do before, now that you could with the Storm. So that's why I rank it number 5. And now for the Power Stone. I still use it every now and then with my Frank team, as you can see. I wanted to say it was either 1 or 2 originally, but as I used it progressively, I kind of brought it down a little bit. It's still pretty good, but as I use it more, I can see it, you know, there's other stones that have more options or more viability. And the Power Stone, you know, as much as I like it, I rank it number 3, or I'm sorry, yeah, number 4, because you have the surge. The weaknesses to that is it doesn't really have too much range when you activate it. It causes a wall bounce. It's kind of like a Shoryuken. It's like a get off me. You can catch people air dashing in on you. Yeah, that's a good strength, and it allows you to combo afterwards, or even if you have a combo that you couldn't do anything after and end it with the Storm, it's going to cause the wall bounce into a hard knockdown. It gives you that. But what I feel it's lacking right now is it just doesn't have too big of a hitbox to protect you or to get somebody off of you. There's not like a whole lot you can do with it other than maybe like kind of faking it out. You do it once and they're like, oh, he whiffed, let me get closer. Again, Power Stone, you know? That's the only benefit I could see from that. I don't see myself using it in the long run as the game evolves, but I mean, who's to say, you know? The Storm is probably the best thing for Power Stone because it gives you what we once had in Ultimate. If you ever played Ultimate, it gives you that possibility to get a one-hit KO. There's few combos you can do with the Storm as soon as it's active, and if you figure out the combo that your character can do, you'll be able to kill them in one hit. I've seen it happen with a Dorm combo I believe F-Champ did when the game first dropped, and he got a one-hit kill on Zero. It was, I think Zero has like 900,000 now, so I mean it's not a one-hit kill on like maybe characters with 1,000,000 health, but still, it's pretty damaging, it's pretty crazy. A lot of the moves that you do now cause a wall bounce or a ground bounce or like a super ground bounce. It's ridiculous. It gives you a lot of more possibilities, but again, it falls in the same category as the Time Storm when you can just run away from it because you know they activate it, you know they're wanting to get a hit, and the best thing you can do is just run away as they try to struggle to get in on you. And maybe it's about half. You can get in, you get the hit, you get your combo, and it's going to do mad damage. But again, I just feel like characters can run away, and there's not a whole lot that you'll be able to do about it unless you have like maybe a teleport or something to help you get in. So that's why I ranked the stone number 4. Now for the third stone, I originally thought this was probably the worst stone, but as I saw recently, I went to Xanadu this past weekend as well. I know you guys were asking about that. I'll let you know at the end of the video how I did. The Mind Stone. My friend Vato, he uses the Mind Stone with his Dante Nova team, and I never really found it any use, because with the Surge, all you get is a command throw. In Storm, you get meter. I thought that wasn't pretty good because you only get 4 meters now at max, because that's the maximum. But the weaknesses behind it would be that you have to be really close to use it, as far as trying to, you know, reset them. Basically saying like you have to get close to command throw them. However, the range does suck a little. It's good, but it's I mean, you have to risk getting in to do that. The only strength that I have, or that I've seen with it, is characters that can do max damage and that can lead you into a restand combo, something that'll help them stand back up or pop out a little weird, where you can read that they're gonna either land and not react, or jump and then they react, and you can go for the command throw. Once they fall, they get up and they're in the dizzy state, you can get the combo again. As for the Storm is probably one of, like I said, this is number 3, is one of the better ones compared to the other 3. You get maximum meter. Characters that benefit from this would be characters that can lock you down, characters with supers, characters like Ryu's Hadouken or Dante's gunshots, something that'll keep you in place. So you have to kind of do super, tag your character in, and then go for a high-low mix-up. That's the best way to use the Time Stone, because the Mind Stone, excuse me, because you're gaining back all that meter regardless, and after everything's said and done, you will more or less have 3 to 4 bars depending on how conservative you are in conserving your meter and stuff. So I feel like that can be very abusable, and as the game evolves, I can see the Mind Stone being used more and more for lockdown tool and lockdown purposes, to opening up your opponent, especially since the game takes 2 to 3 or 4 hits to kill. The Mind Storm is definitely strong. I don't really see any weaknesses with it. You can even get 4 meters and then activate Time Storm level 3, so you still have 4 bars to conserve that. It's pretty good. That's why I rank it number 3. And as for number 2, I rank the Soul Stone. The Soul Stone's weaknesses don't really, it doesn't really have too many weaknesses, other than the fact that they kind of pop out very easily when you use the Surge. It's kind of weird, but the range between yourself and the character when you use the Surge is really good. It gives you back a great amount of health, not bad. I'm not sure exactly how much. I believe it's maybe like 10% or a little bit less than that, or maybe more. I don't know. I've never really paid too much attention to it, but it's not that bad. And as you guys may know, the Soul Storm is probably the best thing about the Soul Stone in general, because you get access to 2 of your characters at the same time, and you get to do insane combos, because there could be characters on both ends attacking to the left, or on opposite ends attacking in the middle, and it leads for crazy stuff. The only people I've seen use that so far was Clockwork. I don't know if you guys have seen some of his gameplay, but he used that with Strider and Gamora, and it leads to so much possibility. It gets ridiculous after a while, because he activates, for example, Ouroboros and Gamora's install super. It's kind of like Sugenmu, where you have a clone, and with Ouroboros and a clone super attacking you, the reset and like mix-up potential behind that is ridiculous, because you're not going to be able to see what's going on. You're just going to get opened up, and it's going to get nasty, and you're just going to be like, where did my health go? It's crazy. Another benefit from the Soul Stone, again, if your character died, you get that character back, and they get back depending on how much meter you had for the Soul Stone, and how much life they get back by that, you know? That's what just makes that really strong. really good. It gives you a second chance. Your character basically becomes Phoenix. And there's not too many weaknesses that I see personally. I mean, again, like I said, the Surge is okay, but you know, it's still pretty good. And that's why I ranked the Soul Stone number 2. And as for the first stone, that I think is probably the best one right now, is the Reality Stone. Not too many weaknesses. The only weakness I can actually think about right now would be the fact that if you do it in somebody's face, you can technically get punished depending on how fast their normals are and how fast they can recover, or the situation that you're in, and you can get punished for it. However, if you do activate it and you have, for example, maybe a flight character, or you just jump and do it in the air, it gives you a free way to kind of get in. People use it as a defense mechanism, or when the game designers made it, it was kind of used as a defense mechanism. Now people are kind of using it as a way to get in, so it's becoming offensive by using that. And the cheapest way to abuse it is by using Surge, then tagging out and using Surge again. So now you have 2 Reality Stones chasing you, trying to get in, and even if you try to hit the opponent, the Surge will not go away. It will stay there, and it gets so nasty and it gets so infuriating. It's upsetting as hell. It got to the point that I was using the Power Stone and I was playing my boy 4-star, as you saw in the previous matches I had. It's just really good. It gets frustrating trying to get in, especially when that little fucker is chasing you, because the Surge is just, it's too good. It's too good. It's almost annoying, and I feel like it could get patched. That's how good it is. It's more so the fact that you can just use it twice. It's just Reality Stone, Reality Stone, Reality Stone. You know, it's strong. It's way too good. And then as for the Storm, that's just a whole nother, it's too much going on. You ruin the neutral. You basically control it. If a character tries to get in on you, or they're throwing projectiles from full screen, you could throw out Light Kick. Light Kick freezes the ground almost like, I think, 1 frame or 3 frames. It's really quick. Even if you get hit, they will get frozen, which leads you for a whole combo. The Light Punch isn't so good. It just throws out little kind of Phoenix. I don't know if you guys remember when Dark Phoenix was out, she had the feathers. That used to actually knock you back. This time around, the feathers for the Reality Storm, it doesn't have no knockback. It just doesn't affect you. It does cause damage though, but it has no knockback at all. The Heavy Punch is the Fire. The Fire will track wherever you are and cause a beam to come. God, I'm so bad at this. It's either horizontal or vertical. Horizontal, I think. I don't know. You guys are going to tell me in the comments. But yeah, it'll come out, and it takes a little while to charge up. But while you're doing a combo and you had pressed the Heavy Punch button, it kind of gives you an idea of where it's going to come out and how you can kind of combo into it. The best way I've seen it used was, for example, is Reality Storm runs out, and say the last button you pressed was Heavy Punch, and you ended your combo and they fell into the fire, you can cancel the Reality Storm by activating level 3 to just get the max damage right before it ends. It's very abusable, it's very broken, very annoying. And as for Heavy Kick, you get the Lightning. Lightning comes out so fast. You can get double Lightning sometimes. I don't know how that works, but instantly it comes out super fast. Not like really fast. It gives you enough time to kind of recognize, but if you do like a normal or just something that has slow startup, you will get hit. It comes out pretty darn fast, and it gets annoying because again, they're pressing all the buttons trying to get in on you. Something's gonna hit you at some point, and on top of that, while you're doing the storm, you can still press the Surge. So Reality Stone, tag out Reality Stone. It's just, it gets difficult, and I can see that getting nerfed. But right now, people are using it the way that it wasn't intended to be, as more so as the opposite way that they wanted. Instead of a defensive tool, it's now an offensive tool, and it's getting abused a lot. And I can see that being really strong as the game develops, unless they patch it. Reality Stone will be number 1 for me. These are the stones ranked in order. This is how I feel about the game right now. Probably the next episode I'll talk more about teams and how to develop them. I don't think I talked about the power of the time stone. Anybody can really, any character or team can really benefit from it, honestly. Soul and mind again, and even reality, anybody can really use it. It's just another way to get in, another way to do damage. It's just, you know, the stones are all gimmicks. So you have them, abuse them, pick your team. Let's play some Marvel, you know. It's crazy as hell, and I guess we'll just see how the game develops. Again, this is your boy BW Cool. I'm signing off. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'd appreciate it a lot, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.